yourself.
Yo, what's poppin', all my peeps? It is I, your host, the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again in the Yard Streams for another edition of Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And it's not just me, Patty P, here in the Yard of Streams. I'm joined, as always, by the best of the West you can't forget about, Sara Marshall. What's popping, girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello. Ew, don't.
Remember this? Remember Duck Faces?
I don't have. That was my generation, bitch. What do you mean? I have
Mine.
so many photos on my Facebook still like that. So.
Oh my god, that was a
I'm not
classic. Did you
can still find them.
picnic those photos?
Picnic?
Do you know? Did you not have picnic? Was that above you? Like, were you too old for picnic?
I don't know what that means.
So picnic was a photo editing app, or we'll say like extension of Facebook, where you could take like selfies, whatever photos, and then put like not only just a filter, but a back like letters and like cheesy, sappy quotes. Like,
oh yeah, no, I never did.
Friendship is forever.
No, you have to remember, I'm the MySpace era.
Oh, so you know how to code?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
yes. I was obsessed with changing my MySpace page. Yeah, no, like I was doing on MySpace, girl. Heck yeah.
Damn,
yeah,
all right.
no, that's the go-to. It's like the thing that's funny about like TikTok and stuff is seeing things that are called like millennialisms, and like that's one of them. But the one that I am still, because like I don't do this as much really anymore, but I also don't take like a lot of selfies and stuff. But the one thing that I can't not do is the like stank face when like your song comes on and then you're like, like I still do that. I do that every single time. Like, it's just that automatic face where you're like, this is my jam. And then it's like,
here we go. There's a little vibing,
it's like making that ugly face.
Up in this.
Yeah, no, I do that.
It's fucking awesome.
Still do that.
I got my own dance moves that I bust out at the club. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
But you don't do the face. You don't do the stank face. Because that's just like what you do. It's like, oh my god, it's so funny. There's just certain things that I'm like, I didn't realize we all did this. I saw another video where someone was like, is this just a millennial thing, or is it just me and like my friends? And she said, which I realized as I was watching, when I watch it, I do that. And she said, every time that we get off the phone, we're like, bye. And I'm like, ew, yeah. I do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that a millennial thing?
I don't know, because I started doing it too, but I picked it up from Big Mouth Matthew, the gay character, because he goes like, "Bye." Yeah, you don't watch, but no, you don't watch it, but that's like your thing, like how I picked up on it, and I wouldn't think that is a millennial thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny because I'm like, there's just certain things that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like we do that, or you would go to like the grocery store on Friday night because that was where it was popping. And like you just would take like 150 photos and you just put them in some random album on Facebook, and it was like, why am I looking at all of these photos?
Go to taking sick pics in the parking lot.
Yes. Oh my god.
Right behind the like kind of nice cars.
Yeah, so where I grew up, like in high school, we were at least 25 minutes away from a mall. So we would just go, we would get dropped off downtown, and like the only things downtown were a movie theater, Red Robin, and like a Target. Everything else was just like, Starbucks and stuff, but like you didn't hang out there, So we would hang out at the grocery store, which in Washington, one of the chains is Top Food and Drug, and we would hang out in there or in the parking lot. Or like the little park that was in the parking lot, like that was loitering. We were like, hey, I'll see you downtown. I'll see you downtown Friday. And it was like, okay, guys, we're going to Top Foods at 8. And then we're all hanging out in the closed food court. Good times.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's simply
Before
put it.
cell phones.
Yeah.
Or you had a cell phone, but like texting costs certain amount.
Oh, it was like
Oh,
50 cents a message.
yeah. Or well, my mom got us like she got the deal where we would have like, okay, you have 250 texts for the month. And then it was like 10 cents for every single one that you went over. So my mom would be livid because we were
Oh, you
like,
just
we went through 250 texts in like 2 days because it counted the ones you received as well. So
oh.
yeah, y'all don't understand how easy you have it. Okay.
No, we really we pay it on in different ways, but yeah,
Like
it's a
in
lot easier.
like T9 Word. Don't tell me you don't know how to text until you T9 Word. Okay. That shit ain't easy. Where
I've
you have
seen
to press the key multiple times to get to a certain letter.
Yeah, I used to do
Yeah.
that.
I know, but I'm saying like people now don't understand because you have like a full keyboard.
Well, yeah, the wrestling Twitter accounts with a wrestler as their profile picture
Yeah.
have never
Or when
seen
you
that
used
struggle.
in order to tweet, you had to text Twitter.
Oh, I was all right. I wasn't that.
Yeah, early
I wasn't
stages of
that.
Twitter like 2008, 2009.
Oh, text Twitter from your phone.
Yep.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, there was no social. Yeah, okay. So I
Yeah.
had it. I had it at the time, but I had an iPhone. So
Oh, girl. Oh, I always want to say girl. Me too. My screen name
yes,
was Bella Girl 389. Don't come at me.
Bella,
Bella Girl.
Nikki Bella.
No, my mom. I know it's really gross because since
You
I was
can laugh,
no,
but you
my
can't cry.
mom since I was born because my mom was convinced that she was having a boy, and so my mom, just mother's intuition because especially then they couldn't really tell you like if you were having a boy or a girl definitively because obviously the technology wasn't there the way it is
Not
now.
there at all.
So my mom was convinced that she was having a boy. My father was convinced that they were having a girl. So my mom was like, "Yeah, you can name the baby if it's a girl," because my mom was like, "You're not going to name the child because it's going to be a boy." And of course,
Correct.
I come out and I'm a girl,
You are a
and
girl.
he named me Sara, and my mom hated that name. So basically, from the day I was born, she has called me Bella, because that's what she would have named me if she had the choice. So, yeah,
That's wild.
she
That is
hated my name. So the only time that she really ever calls me Sara is when she's mad at me.
wow.
Yeah. So
Little insight to who Bella is. Maybe you know what? Maybe that's what the bad gal's name is.
what?
We've been thinking. Remember how we couldn't think of like what's the bad gal's name
Hmm.
because it just like
But the vibes are not there to be like,
I
oh,
feel
this is
like a
the bad girl Bella. I don't like that.
she could just be Belle.
No.
All right. Well, she's still the bad gal now, and she's
Okay.
competing over on Raw in the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. By the way,
Let's go.
you did have a match this week. Oh, I know who you teamed up with. However, you and the rest of the peeps are going to have to wait until the final fall during the 3 count for the Nonsense Wrestling Federation update. Before we get to nonsense, we have to do shit that makes sense, and that is hearing from the peeps in the chat. What's going on? Sophia is going to SmackDown. She got tickets for her and her boyfriend Alex, and saw her at the gym on Monday too. So good seeing you, Sophia, and thank you for tuning in every week. Really, sup, bad guy, Nathaniel. You're excited that the Yankees are back. I mean, deep postseason run. Okay, not with Aaron Boone, not with that team. And might see your Patriots August 8th. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if you could go get to see them. They're gonna be pretty good this year. Future Drake May. What's up, David? David also agrees that coding for MySpace was so fun.
Yes.
Oh, I think okay. Fresh Fly Fresh Fly asks, how do you feel about WWE Unreal?
So that was gonna be. I'm gonna talk about it.
You're gonna talk about all right.
I was gonna have that as like my rosebud / lemon because I'm in between it. So I'll talk about it in a couple minutes.
All right, so Sarah's gonna
Yeah.
chill on that, and that he feels like you game on Nintendo Switch.
How do you know that?
That was vibes. He went straight vibes and hit.
I know vibes. I've never been like a huge gamer. So the games that I have played or I enjoyed a lot on the Switch was Animal Crossing. And then I played Pokemon Shield. I beat Pokemon Shield. And then I play Pokemon Snap. Get into it. Get into Pokemon Snap. That stuff is, oh my god, it's so fun. I beat that game and then I went back and I'm trying to get like a platinum star
You're
or
trying to
whatever,
get flat.
diamond
Yeah.
star
You're trying to go above and beyond.
photo. Yes. And then Pokemon Violet. Yeah, so those are the ones I like. So, nothing super complicated or anything.
When my nephew was over visiting from California, he's a huge gamer now. He took my Switch and downloaded Fortnite and
Oh.
ended up one night playing Fortnite with two of my best friends.
Mhm.
Took the headset on and everything. I was told, like, from what I've been told, like, he games a lot. By de facto, he's sick. Like, he's filthy on the sticks. Not the case. He was not. He was a little bit of me out there. Apple
Mm.
doesn't fall too far from the tree. The next day, found out his mom told me he couldn't play Fortnite, so I looked like asshole uncle.
Oh,
But
or the cool uncle for letting him play something he's
I
not
am
supposed
the
to.
well. I'm gonna stick with the cool uncle vibes because even though I didn't know it, I still let him play it because the kid loves Fortnite and Fortnite's like a fun game. We do need this, Sarah. I would kick your ass. I
I know.
would
I'm not good at
legitimately kick your ass
I'm
in
not good at
Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart. I'm good at Mario Kart. Well, I'm not good at it, but like I'm much better at it when I have that like antenna thing that keeps you on the track. Hell yeah. Um
I play
but oh
nearly
yeah, no.
weekly with one of our YouTube commenters, one of my friends who joins in here and asks about the bread. The three of us play like almost weekly. It became a thing. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
much fun. Even though gaming seemed like it's
We're not
isolating.
even friends on Switch. So,
I wasn't even friends with them on Switch until recently, so don't take it personal. Just add me. I don't even know what my thing is. I think it's Patty Pits. I would have
it's
to
fine.
check.
I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like that's like is that a diss? You know what I'm saying?
You give Nintendo Switch Gamer.
I know, but like is that like a diss being like, "Oh yeah."
See, okay,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
it absolutely could be, but my thing is like since I like it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see it. Yeah. Like you're cool. Like people like I don't think it's an insult is the easy way to put it.
We do have one, but we stopped streaming to it because we
Nonsense Sports Network.
literally got no one watched us on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it just felt silly. I also don't know how to
Nonsense
use it.
Sport Nonsense Sports Network on Twitch. Go check it out.
Well, I'm
We have been
saying No
trying
Nights
to
Off had one.
Oh, that too. I know that. But I know that's what you're referring to, but
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
Nonsense Sports Network. I have the not like I took universe mode in 2K25, made into the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. I do it on my own to have its background noise, but I want to commentate on it and have an audience. So if we get at least 5 new subscribers to the Twitch account in the next week, or you know what, fuck it, a month, then I will start streaming it. But until then, it is on my own power, and you will hear of the NWF on the final fall of the show. Speaking of shows, we got to get this one going with our favorite and least favorite things of the week. Sarah, let's go.
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud.
Don't be a lemon, Sarah, be a rosebud. It is time for our lemons and rosebuds favorite and least favorite things in the wrestling world this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a gentleman and a scholar. Ladies first, what was the best thing that you saw in wrestling this week?
So this is when I'm talking about WWE Unreal because I am conflicted about this, and I know that when we initially talked about it when it was announced, I still have those same feelings. Like I'm still unsure how I feel about it because I am one of those people that's like we don't need to see this much behind the curtain. You know, we don't need to see all of the thought process. That's probably why I won't watch it, because it might be a really good show and maybe my mind will be changed based off of what people's reviews are of the show and the inevitable clips that are going to surface online. But my plan right now is not to watch it because other than the fact that one of the episodes is fully about Jey Uso winning the Rumble and then beating Gunther, which I do not want to see.
What?
I
It's
know.
not going to be your favorite episode?
No, I don't want to see that because I would be like yelling at the TV like, no, don't do it. But I there's because people think that you're labeling yourself as a mark or whatever by not wanting to see behind the scenes stuff because it's like you know it's fake, right? Like, are you saying you don't believe it's real? No, it's like there is such a lack of shock value and surprise in wrestling, and I don't know that I want to see that much behind the curtain. Like, that is something that people do want to see. It's why they're making the show, and I think that we are, I mean, you definitely could argue that we are at a point in society, or as you know, wrestling has become so much bigger over the last few years, that this does feel like the time and place to give a look behind the curtain like that. But I still want to have like a little bit of mystery, because I feel like knowing too much, for me, I'm not saying for everybody, knowing too much takes the fun out of watching. Like, I know that we look at dirt sheets and we talk about what these rumors are, and you know, we get told like, oh, The Rock is going to be here or Travis Scott is going to be here, and it's like, so we're expecting these things. But I don't know, I still want a certain level of surprise. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have
I do. I
really
just don't. I don't think all the secrets are going to be let out of the bag, even with this show. There's always going to be some form of secrecy within pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
With this, to me, it gives an inside look on legitimizing WWE as a brand. It will put away not all, but a lot of haters saying that it's fake and, you know, oh, they're just stuntmen and all this. No, they'll see, then they're going to at least try to portray how much work and effort and detail goes into every single one of these events.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the goal of it is. And it's mainly going to, at least their attempt is going to be to get that casual fan, you know, like my
Yeah.
friends, sports, we'll say like sports fans into it, because it actually is just basically showing how it's also like how a Hollywood writer's room works and how,
Yeah.
you know, certain writers' rooms for different things work. And it goes like you could still have the secrecy.
Yeah, no, and that's why I said, like, I get it, because they are trying to appeal to so many more people now, especially, you know, with the Netflix deal, and then bringing in celebrities or having Logan Paul a part of the show, and it's simply for the traction that they get when he's a part of a viral clip or whatever. Like, I get it, but it's just not something that I really care to look into or to watch. So that's the thing, is like, I think that it's cool for the people who want to see it. I just do wonder the potential impact that this will have on things. You know what I mean? Just because I don't think that we need to necessarily see how this all goes down. And obviously it's going to be a curated thing. Like, they're not just going to have us see everything, you know? It's like the same thing with the WrestleMania 40 documentary. Like, that was very edited, and like they what they wanted us to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what the reaction is to it. I'm curious to see like if they continue the show. I mean, they're definitely going all out with it, because they had CM Punk and Rhea Ripley out there like on the media circuit promoting the crap out
No,
of
they put
so,
the top stars. They absolutely put the top stars.
Yeah,
there.
so they're definitely trying to get eyes on it. I just don't know that they'll get mine.
Fun fact, my friend from college, my friend from student media, is in the trailer at the 43-second mark. I'm pretty sure she's the one who is moving the whiteboard. like over. Like,
I
there's a
didn't even
scene where
watch the whole teaser, to be
it's
honest. So.
good. No, like I have high hopes for this as someone who from a very young age kind of was told it was outed to me right away. Like at like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, and see,
It
that
was like
wasn't for me and my
yeah,
sister.
it was
Yeah.
pretty yeah, laid
Well,
out for
you also have brothers that are much older than you, so, like,
and parents who
everything is
didn't
gonna
like
be
it.
ruined for
So
you.
that's when and parents who didn't like it. So like there you
Yeah.
go. Like so I was still enthralled with it and wanted to know, like, well, how the hell does all of this happen? And just Pitts is in nature. We just want to like learn how shit happens. So I'm looking at it through that lens because I realize there's still so much other secrecy that can go on. So yeah, and segueing into my rosebud of the week, it was Seth Rollins hosting the Rich Eisen show.
Mhm.
It's been a pleasure to turn on the radio and not want to switch immediately over to my music or the podcast I was listening to. I usually have a routine of listening to CVV at a certain
Mhm.
time. And then after CVV, it's the Hardy pod with Alba and Matt Hardy. But I already blew through those. And I actually listened to Not Sam Wrestling, which you should listen to his Goldberg pod about what what we're going to
Who?
talk about. It's not Sam Roberts.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I saw a clip of that. It's just, like, with the Rosenberg thing, which is
Yeah,
great, yeah.
he does an emergency pod, and I feel like you and he have a very similar mind when it comes to the
Yes.
business. So, I think you'd really
Me and
like him.
Rosenberg or Sam Roberts?
Sam Roberts.
Oh, okay.
Sam Roberts. But no, back to Seth and my actual rosebud. Seth on Rich Eisen was a pleasure
Mhm.
because it's nice to see WWE wrestlers have like show off their other interests. It's like when Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods, Austin Creed do the Twitch stuff and the
Mhm.
gaming stuff. Like I like seeing wrestlers who have a passion for the sport, but also a passion for something else.
Mhm.
Get to live that. And Seth is not just like a football fan or a diehard football fan. He's a Bears fan.
And this has
Like
been a thing forever, like, the
forever.
forever. Like, I mean, I
From
always get
Iowa, it's not even like Chicago type of like
yeah.
roped into family. Like, no, you chose this life.
Yeah. Well, but he's been doing the, like, I hate football thing for so long,
Oh, so long now.
So, I mean, because I talk about this, I think I talked to you about it, like, I remember Seth retweeted me back in the day when the Shield were a
Mhm.
thing, and I can't remember how many he only had, like, a few thousand followers at the time. So, it's like, he's been doing this with the Bears
He
forever.
hates the Bears. Like, I mean, he loves the Bears. He
He loves the Bears,
hates
but he loves to
the
hate them
Bears.
too.
Like, I mean, who doesn't at this point? But like, that's what's crazy. Like, that's what's awesome to see. I mean, is that him being able to obviously promote WWE and give wrestling a nice positive light, but also be able to talk football and chop it up with the boys,
Mhm.
like and actually know what he's talking about. Because how many celebrity appearances have we seen on sports shows where the celebrity's there for a payday and FaceTime,
Yeah.
where Seth actually can break down what went wrong with the offense this year,
Mhm.
or who he actually thinks is going to be a breakout star heading into the year. Just stuff like that. It's cool to see. And
Yeah.
his voice is so soothing too. He's a really good voice for radio.
People tell me that too about my voice.
Yeah, I have a nice voice. Yeah.
I've
I
had multiple people tell me about that, and I was like, I used to be told I had an annoying voice, so it's very weird to be like, "Oh yeah, I could listen to you talk," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Everyone's very critical of their own recording. I used to
Yeah.
hate in college uh having to
Listen to
use
yourself?
listen to my voice when I had like edit podcasts for class and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't mind when we had to do this, or not when we did this as simply audio and
Mhm.
editing that, listening to your voice while I was playing video games. Like, You weren't like, oh, like, okay, like, no, it kept me focused and stuff. So I'd agree with that. All right, well, going from things we like to things we don't like, Sarah, what didn't you like this week?
So I actually saw it today, and
Okay.
I don't even necessarily want to give it legs because I don't know who this source is and I don't know how true it is, but I saw it on Twitter that somebody named like Wrestle Binge or something was claiming that Triple H
Oh,
is
yeah.
really high on Gunther, but other people in the back are not thrilled with him as champion because they are basically like, oh yeah, he's not a draw, is basically what they're saying. And I don't love that, and I also don't really see how that is even remotely true. A lot of people were then commenting because a popular thing, and I say this, I think every single time that we're on here and we talk about Gunther, I am completely biased, and I understand that there are also people who aren't going to like him simply because he's just not their cup of tea, or because they don't like him as a heel. You know, that's totally fair. But I find it hard to believe that, first of all, they made him world heavyweight champion for like 8 months, right? And that run was not great because they didn't invest like any time or anything into any feuds for him. But they then let him lose at Mania to give it to one of the most over guys in the company, and then they took it off of him under 2 months. I find it very hard to believe that they're like, oh yeah, he's not a draw, but let's take it off of the guy that is. You
It's
know what I
funny they
like?
say that about the draw thing when he was the main event of the international shows.
Yeah.
That's where he would have the most fandom,
But
fans. I mean,
also, he just main evented Saturday night's main event with
he did.
Goldberg.
He did.
So
Yeah, Sarah.
that's the thing, is like I
That's on
don't,
network television.
and that's why I don't really
Kind of a
believe
big
this,
deal.
because also this whole idea of people being a draw is just like something that people talk about on the internet acting like they think they know. Because I just saw this clip with Cody. It was on his podcast, and I don't remember who he was talking to. But they talked about Rhea. Oh, it must have been Damien. And they were talking about Rhea, and he was just saying like, no, when you look at a breakdown of, like who's making the company money and like who's selling a lot of merch, it's like she's always going to be up there because she is selling tickets, she's selling merch. And he was like, and sometimes people don't, like, they don't sell a lot of merch, or they're not getting people in seats. And he's like, and you would be surprised at who won't be near the top of that list, which he's implying big names, probably like him or Jey Uso or Roman Reigns or John Cena, like other people are not going to be in like the top 5 or top 10, because it's like, it really depends on the time of year, the current, what's going on in the company at the time. And it's like, Gunther is not supposed to be a guy that's like super over because he's a heel. They also haven't put him in a position to be a big draw because they don't invest in this. Like, but we're seeing that now with Punk. So I'm hoping that we can elevate him to another level, because like so many people are being just like super negative about him and like hoping that Punk beats him at SummerSlam. And I'm just like, all right, guys, like, I don't know. I didn't love this, and like I said, I don't know who this Wrestle Binge is, and I don't know how credible they are, but
You got to put him on blast. You got to put a content creator on blast.
well,
That's
and,
fine.
and that's the thing. I don't know who they are. It was just said this is who said it, but they didn't
There's no
tag them.
quotes.
So
You
I'm
gotta
like, I don't even
source.
know who this is and who are their sources or whatever. But it just felt like another reason to just put this out there because people are mad that he's champion. And I was like, no, let's stop disrespecting a 90s / attitude era heel, like classic heel, because you're not into it, even though you put 90s and attitude era wrestling on a pedestal. You don't even like a guy that would have absolutely thrived in that era.
You want to hear a hot take? I believe that this early 2000s SmackDown was better than some of the SmackDown from the Attitude Era.
Well, this is why I said, like, I think a hot take is, and we had a video on this and people were not happy about it,
Good.
that the Attitude Era is romanticized
my
But
God,
when
it's your
you
first kiss. It's your first
yes,
kiss.
and I'm not saying that it wasn't good, but I also think that people remember it way more fondly than they should. Because there are some really great pay-per-views and there's going to be some fire episodes of Raw. But if we're talking about like consistently good, people act like every episode of Raw and SmackDown was an absolute banger, and most of them you don't want to rewatch. So
It
like
was tough to rewatch a couple in
so that's what
college.
I'm saying,
Not
that
like
people
for
have
quality
this
wise, but it wouldn't
mistaken
stand up.
impression that the Attitude Era is the blueprint of how to make like a consistently good brand even in 2025, and it's like, no, I would argue that like this era right now has better consistent shows than the Attitude
Mhm.
Era did, and they don't have to rely on shock value the way
Yeah.
that they did in the
I
Attitude
know.
Era. They don't have uh a direct competitor like WCW to be like trying to outdo every week. We have better wrestling consistently. The women's division is better by a freaking mile. You know what I mean? So it's
By a
like
country mile.
that doesn't feel like a hot take, but it is, apparently.
Apparently to some. My lemon this week, I don't really have one show specific or anything of that nature. I do have a pet peeve though, and it's fairly recent after the superstar debuted in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So the name is Tekla. She came from Stardom, I'm pretty sure, one of the Japanese promotions. Great angle for her last match was that there was basically a history of her and the president of the company. And if she lost the match, then she would have to join her rival's faction, which is like the complete opposite of her. And
Mm-hmm.
if she won, then I forget the reason. She didn't win, and obviously. And was so pissed off about joining the faction that she beat up the president of this company. And this is like an old Asian man, Japanese man. And he something that Japanese promotions do is immediately following the match, like a main event, they'll go right to the superstars like it's, a sports game, like
Mm-hmm.
it's the post game, whatever. And right then and there, the president fired her, and that was how she left and then went to AEW. But
Mm-hmm.
the pet peeve is her name's Tekla, but spells it Thelka. Should be Thekla. So I got really annoyed at that. I don't know. That was it.
Okay.
That's all I got. That's just all that for just I'm annoyed that you say a name not the. So
Very random.
it is, but that's nonsense, and that's why I'm the captain of all of it. So
This is not true at all.
yeah, the bigger
You're telling me
draw for like
Sable and Sunny were bigger draws than Rhea Ripley?
yeah, Sable and Sunny are more comparable to like Bonnie Blue. All right, like let's be real here. All right,
They weren't selling tickets or merch
they were
the way that Rhea
downloads.
is.
They were downloaded model photos on
Yes.
your computer. All right, that's
Yeah.
evidence. That's what we call evidence.
And this is also not true. Goldberg is not the reason why Gunther made it.
The retirement tour, yeah, sure.
It's fine. It's
not in the
fine.
middle lane.
Big Jim just doesn't. He's not a fan of Gunther. We get it.
It's
We get
fine.
it.
You don't have to be a fan of our favorites, but you do have to be a fan of wrestling. So it's time to take a little trip around the Wrestleverse, Sarah. Some hot topics to discuss and a show this week. We got a show this week on Sunday, July 20th. TNA Slammiversary from New
Mhm.
York. I forget the arena. I'm pretty sure it's where the Islanders play. Going to be a great show. We're going to talk about it. They're already talking about it. Carlos Silva, TNA's president, has said it is going to be a phenomenal show, Sarah.
Is that what he said?
Which, no, Deadass has used,
Okay.
like, in the interview he did with SRS. SRS just jumped right to the point and asked him straight up, is AJ Styles going to be making his return to TNA at Slammiversary? And without saying yes, Carlos Silva basically confirmed it by saying, I believe that it's going to be a phenomenal show. I don't know why everyone is harping on me using the word phenomenal. I've been using phenomenal. Like, he kept using the word over and over. And
I mean, I get it. It's like I say it
I love
sometimes,
it.
but yeah.
I love what he's doing. He knows what he's
Mhm.
doing. All right, like, so that's the rumor that's being thrown out right now. What I will pose to you to get the conversation going is, how important is this for AJ Styles to make his return to Slammiversary with the now partnership TNA and WWE have going?
Well, my first thought about this is it's interesting that it seems to be happening because when AJ did an interview not that long ago, and I don't remember who the interview was with, but it might have been CVV, I don't remember, but they asked him about appearing in TNA now that they have this partnership, and he was saying that he wasn't sure, like he thought maybe near the end of his career, or if it was going to happen, it would have to make sense for him. And so I just wonder if he does show up, which I'm all for, I wonder in what context he shows up. Like, why is he there? Because I would assume it's not just going to be a special appearance by, TNA legend AJ Styles. Like, there's going to
Yeah.
be a reason
No.
for it. And because he's not really doing anything on Raw right now, because he has to, he's waiting for
playing a waiting
Dom.
game, Sarah. That's not
Yeah.
his fault. He's playing a waiting game.
He's waiting for Dom to get the doctor's note to let him wrestle again. It's okay, I think, in this space for him to do something in TNA right now. So I just wonder, like, what is that going to be? And are they going to have him show up on TNA TV? Are they going to have him show up on Tuesday during NXT? Like, how far is it going to go? That's the thing that is curious to me. But also something that I think even WWE fans have been wanting to see, because hasn't he been with WWE longer than he was with TNA?
It's the reverse Kurt Angle.
Yeah, so now it's like he's a WWE legend also, but like he's been here longer, which is absolutely insane to think about.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's had more matches in WWE than all of TNA. Like, crazy.
I dreamed of AJ Styles being in WWE when I was a kid. And now,
how shocked were you? Were you watching when he debuted at the Rumble?
Oh, I lost it. I was also vindicated because old school Twitter, it was like, I forget the account. I think it was Sportskeeda, but it was one of those. And some reporter was going back and forth like, he's going to show up on Raw. And I was like, no, the Royal Rumble makes more sense. It's more eyes on the product and like blah, 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 whatever I said. And the guy was just so disagreeing with me. Like, no, you're wrong. And what the fuck happened? He returned at the Royal Rumble.
And then they friggin' botched the camera work.
That is an all-time botch. I have to.
It's because Vince,
play on blast there.
He said Vince didn't even know who he was. So it really does not surprise me.
The stories that he's told about Vince talking to him and how he went about essentially utilizing him is so hilarious. He's like, I have 1,000 AJ Styles. Like, what makes you so good? It's like not the ring stuff. Like, I don't know. Crazy shit. I'm interested to see if this would be AJ Styles coming back to be announced as a TNA Hall of Famer.
See, he said he doesn't want that to happen, though.
I know, but I don't know.
Because didn't he say he felt like it was like kind of disrespectful to WWE, or like, because I remember he said something like that, or he doesn't want that to happen until he retires.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do the Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I didn't love that with Rey Mysterio either. I
think it's weird, but like, what else is there for Rey Mysterio to accomplish? Like, he basically did everything.
Yeah, but you could still wait. What are you gonna do?
You could.
I mean, it's inevitable. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but did he have to do it right now? I don't know.
Well, it's Rey Mysterio. It's like one of the few wrestlers that nobody hates. You cannot hate Rey Mysterio.
No, you really can't.
You
know what is crazy to think
unless
about
you're Dom,
too, is he said that he was when he came to WWE, he was initially going to debut and like wrestle without a mask.
Yeah,
and Vince was like, no.
One of the smarter things Vince ever did.
Yes, one of the things that you can actually credit him for, because I'm like, dude, the amount of money that they made on those masks alone.
Oh my God. Yeah, imagine. That's why. Vince, that's where initially Vince's mind goes.
My sister probably would have been more in love with him if he didn't have a mask on, though, which maybe is a good thing that wasn't happening, because my sister still loves him to this day. So
What is
huh?
it? Just I'm trying to get the set up for the next topic,
Oh.
and it's just oh, here we go. Okay, cool. All right. Because we're on the topic of TNA already.
Mhm.
TNA has their pay-per-view. They're pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not PLE. That's
No.
WWE.
That's WWE.
Okay. So their pay-per-view on Sunday, Slammiversary, main event, Hardys, everything's gonna be great. So we got to give our predictions for it, Sarah. And I already said triple threat, so we'll start with that. Trick Williams, TNA champion, taking on the actual TNA superstars, Joe Hendry and Mike Santana.
This one
Let me
has
get a
me
pen.
so conflicted. This is technically his first defense, right?
No. He's defended
Second?
a couple times.
Oh, really? So I guess I kind of felt like there was a reason why they wanted to put the title on Trick. And part of it was, something that we had talked about, where if they were going to keep doing these or doing the partnership with TNA and then having titles involved, like somebody's going to have to win a title from the opposite company, because otherwise, every single time there's a title match that the champion's going to retain. So there was like no point.
Right,
So when that happened with Trick, it was like, okay, finally it happened, right?
Mhm.
I guess I'm just not sure if whatever they were hoping to accomplish with him as TNA champion, that they've done that. So that's why it's like I almost feel like maybe he will retain, because I'm like, what have they gotten out of this? What have they gotten out of Trick being champion? I don't know. So
Okay.
do you know
So
what I mean?
I do. I see what you mean. I haven't thought about it like that, because I'm focused on the guy who is going to take it off
Oh.
of Trick Williams.
Oh.
Like, I
But
think it's
it's
going to
gonna
be
happen at
Santana.
Slammiversary?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because so I have Santana. Santana has to win. It's in his home, where it's in New York. He's from New York, and he's been with TNA for a long time. Left TNA to go to AEW, and if you want to hear how his time went in AEW, go listen to Ara Helwani's interview with him. He didn't want to sit home and collect a paycheck. That's why he came back to TNA, because that's where, you can make a name for himself, be like all that guy, whatever. And the TNA crowd has opened their arms to him, and he's really became like a prodigal son.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they still believe in Joe Hendry and all that jazz, but it feels like it's more time for Santana to be a world champion. Obviously, Joe Hendry doesn't need the belt right now. He's fine as Joe Hendry, and with all the, with the partnership now, feels like he's more on the WWE side, leaning towards that way of his career. So I'm going with Santana.
I'm gonna go with Trick.
All right.
And then my guess was going to be Trick or Santana, but maybe Santana gets it next time.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is another bell for bell TNA championship match, women's knockout championship, and the NXT title are on the line. Jaci Jane taking on Masha Slamovic. What do you got? Winner take all.
So I know it's not popular because apparently Jaci really irks people, which I think is weird. Like the internet fans, they don't like her, and I don't understand, because she feels very unproblematic to me. But I think Jaci wins. I think that they're trying to see what they can do with her, because they lost a lot of talent that I think people aren't talking about enough. They lost Julia. They lost Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, at one point, it looked like they were also bringing Jordan Grace up, so they were going to lose her too. And it still looks like that's going to be happening soon. But basically, right now, if they lose Jordan, they don't really have like a front running woman star of the division right now. So it feels like they're trying to see, okay, can we do that with Jaci? Can we do that with Blake Monroe? They're going to keep trying it with like Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka. Like they're going to keep doing that, but they want to have multiple girls that are like that caliber of person, you know what I mean?
Main
So it
event
feels
scene,
like
yes.
so it feels like this is the perfect opportunity to try that with Jaci, because it feels I don't know, she's been in NXT for what, like 5 years or something like that, something crazy.
She's been through it all in NXT.
And people don't realize how many times she's been screwed over. So I don't know, I don't know. I feel like if we're talking about the underdog, it's Jaci. If we're talking about who is impacted more by a loss, it's Jaci. But if we're also talking about like if they're trying like to make us a thing where titles go from brand to brand, it feels like Masha would win, but I'm gonna go with Jaci. And then Masha. I mean, Masha's going to WWE eventually, probably anyway.
I'm going with Masha.
Okay.
Slamovic.
Okay. Bad guy has Jaci. So does Nathaniel.
I got Masha winning. We talked about Trick being the TNA champion, WWE Superstar being champion of TNA. It's got to work the other way, and it feels like this could be the time to do it and legitimize Masha. Like, and nothing against Jaci Jane, because after what you said, it's kind of crazy that she gets that amount, at least from what you're telling, like that amount of hate. Because yes, she doesn't seem problematic. Actually, you only hate her for her character, like
I
who
think
she
that
portrays on TV. But
yeah,
like nothing I see would point to me thinking she's, a Looney Tune.
what I think the problem is like I've said it so many times. People pick and choose when certain things matter about a wrestler, right? So people don't think she's a strong wrestler, or they don't think she's strong on the mic, or they don't care about her character. And so that is their reason of, oh, I don't think she should be champion. She definitely shouldn't be double champion. That's why Jordynne Grace should. Meanwhile, whatever Jordynne Grace was doing last time, they were like, Jordynne Grace isn't a good wrestler. She needs to be in NXT longer, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, do you pick and choose when these things matter, or why this person should win versus this person shouldn't? And it's like, we can't do this. You can't flip-flop. And the thing is they're in NXT. They're technically in developmental. So somebody is only going to get stronger by being given more opportunities to learn and to grow. And you might not like Jaci, and that I'm not sitting here saying I'm like some huge fan
You're not a
of
Jaci Jane mark. All right, you're not a Jaci Jane mark.
Yeah, and it's like, but like I think that she's earned an opportunity to see what they can do with her, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But at least they tried, instead of saying it's not going to work and they don't let her try.
Exactly.
I think that's a bigger mistake than putting the title on somebody and then it just doesn't work. Like, at least you tried.
I only got one thing to say to the Peeps after that.
Fickle! They're fickle!
Damn right, Danny. Damn right, they're fickle. All right, next up, Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander. This is TNA Slammiversary, not 205 Live, ladies and gentlemen.
Cedric is recently in TNA, right?
Correct. He just returned a few weeks ago. There's a feud going on with Order 4. Yeah, it's Order 4. Mustafa Ali's faction. And the girl Tasha brought Cedric Alexander into the group. But it was thought for like her to bring him in to help and whatnot. And it turns out she brought him in to fire Mustafa Ali up to become like, a mega boss essentially. And so that's the base for their match.
I think we're gonna differ again, but I think I'm gonna go with Alexander.
I'm gonna go with Ali.
Oh my gosh, we're different. I did really bad for All In also, I'm pretty sure.
I have that right here. I have that
I'm
right
pretty sure I
here.
did. I'm pretty sure I did that.
You went 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 2 for 6, 3 for 7, 3 for 8. And I went 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 3, 2 for 4, 3 for 5, 3 for 6, 3 for 7. We tied.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting.
And we didn't get to predict Jimmy versus Jacob, but
I know because they
I'm gonna
added
give
that.
us I'm
Yeah.
gonna give us the point on that one.
Yeah.
Because you went 3 for 3, and I went 2 for 3.
Let's go.
Whoa, what was that? Why did my mail just open? That's bizarre. And then for Evolution, 0 for 1, 1 for 2. Oh, I got Jade right. You went on, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 out of 6 matches. I got 1, 2, 3 out of the matches
Let's go.
because I had to choose Nikki Bella.
You sure did.
Yeah. You know what? I was living the gimmick. Anyway, you're picking Alexander.
Yeah.
You know, I'm picking Mustafa Ali. Staffy. Next up is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Ladder Match for the TNA Tag Titles. The Nemeths taking on the Hardys, taking on the Rascals. I don't think it's Trey Miguel. It's the other guy. And Zachary Wentz. And taking on First Class AJ Francis and his mini-me. So.
Who are the champions?
The Nemeths.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
Okay. You can let it fly here.
Rai Nem Nem. Rai Nem Nem. You know? Still crazy. He's like literally in the middle of a lawsuit, but like whatever.
He's just vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm gonna go Hardys.
There we go. We finally agree. I got the Hardys. Matt Hardy the Hardy Boys allegedly are going to have some final words before their battle on Sunday. Happening right now. TNA Impact is on right now. I'll probably throw that on after we record. Keeping up. I got to give myself credit here, Sarah. I've been keeping up with all wrestling, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I was 1 away from completing everything on my list. Actually, like 1 1/4, because I still have 3 matches left of All In. And the only one was Indies. I didn't watch an Indies match, but we got to change that. It's here. X Division, Moose taking on Leon Slater. So the story here, Sarah, is Moose is trying to be the longest reigning X Division champion of all time. Leon Slater is trying to become the youngest X Division champion of all time. He cut in. It was a hell of a vignette. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about how he grew up in the UK watching TNA and wanting to be in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about all the time, like no one wants to grow up to be a superstar outside of WWE, and you believe it. Well, I believe it after listening to Leon Slater tell a story about how TNA made him into the wrestler he is. For that, I'm in. I just talked myself into it. I got Slater.
I'll pick Moose.
You know, Moose is a former Patriot.
I did not.
Moose played for the Patriots. Fun fact.
Interesting. I'm gonna look this up now.
Yeah, maybe you can have him on Musket Fire.
I could.
That's something. All right. No, predictions are not on this page. And the TNA Knockouts World Championship. It's the Elegance brand, which is Dana. All right. Dana Brooke and who's the other one?
Is she going by Dana Brooke again?
No, it's
okay.
Ash by Elegance, but we know her here as Dana Brooke.
Oh.
I don't know who her partner is. I don't know the name of this girl. Taking on the Inspiration, who we also know as the Iconics.
The Iconics.
I got inspiration too, Sarah. I need the inspiration to win. They are awesome. All right. And the final matchup is Indy Hartwell taking on Tessa Blanchard, the greatest women's wrestler to ever exist. Dimiente and mi suente.
Who is it again?
Tessa Blanchard taking on Indy Hartwell.
Oh, Indy.
I'm going with Tessa.
That's disgusting.
I love Tessa.
I love how she has chance. Like, she is racist. It's like that's a
It's
chance.
tough. I mean, she is paired up with now Alicia Fox or whatever her name is now on TNA. Which let me look
Yeah,
it
I
up.
don't remember what it is now.
What's its name now?
I don't know.
No, it's not. I forget the name. It's
Oh.
like her actual name. It's like she's going by her real name, I'm pretty sure.
Victoria Elizabeth Crawford.
Yeah, she's going by Victoria Crawford.
She does not look like a Victoria.
I saw her at the airport recently. That freaked. I think it was coming back from Mania. I saw Victoria Crawford.
I saw her at Starbucks when I went to SummerSlam at some point.
What'd she order?
I don't know. I took a
order.
picture with her though. And I was like, I am so sorry to bother you, but hey girl, hey.
We got our predictions
Yes.
for Slammiversary. I'm predicting it's going to be a pretty damn good show.
Where's the proof? Let me find it.
I don't know. Her fucking memory. Big
I know.
Jim?
I can't. What?
That's funny. I
What?
agree with that.
Ugh. Okay. Anyway, yes. Okay. At the first, I thought that was in reference to me, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
No.
That's why I was like, "What?"
No, it's to Tessa
No,
Blanchard.
I know. I get it now. It just took me a second.
Which is like, I'm just watching the show, man. I'm just trying to watch the show.
Okay, let me
All
see.
right. Well,
you can keep going. I'm just going to try to find the photo.
You find the photo, and I will bring up how Scott D'Amore recently said that he believes the Young Bucks could be leaving AEW one day to join WWE to have a WrestleMania moment. Tweet out by Wrestle Purists. The Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, have done everything there is to do in AEW as characters and as real life executives. It's no secret WWE wanted the Bucks badly before they helped form AEW, and I can see Matt and Nick, not tomorrow, but at some point, maybe deciding it's time to go have a WrestleMania moment like fellow AEW founder Cody Rhodes did. I don't disagree with that statement. I will throw up that I could see them in a few years. Let's see how the growth of AEW goes.
I'm not convinced it ever happens.
Okay.
I think stepping down from being like an EVP, that is a huge deal, and it's also like a financial risk. Because like who knows how much money they're making for having that title, and considering they both have families,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like things would have to go pretty south for that to happen, because we don't know all the details behind why Cody left or why he, decided to give up the title and whatever. But we know that it wasn't great just based off of the little bit of information that he has been willing to share.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know that I see the Young Bucks doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would have to be, I don't know, maybe their contract runs out or they like amicably split or something.
Yeah,
like I don't see that happening with them just like abruptly leaving. Like I don't.
To me, it does not feel like an abrupt leaving type of thing. And if anything, it would be them going out on good terms. It would have to be a buyout situation. That's why I said in like a few years, just with how rapidly they are growing, it would have to be like a buyout. Like
but
a
do
Time
you think
Warner
that like
thing.
They actually would leave though? Like, do you actually think that they want to go to WWE? Because like they've had opportunities in the past and they didn't want to. They actively chose not to.
I will
so that's
say
like
that
what would change their mind now? Just because Cody?
think they would Okay. I believe that they have dreamt about having their own WrestleMania moment
Mm-hmm.
more than dreaming about being WWE superstars, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
guess.
if the way that's going to get them there is to guarantee that, and then they, work the part-time schedule, or they go the behind the scenes route, producers, whatever, at the
Mm-hmm.
end of their careers,
Mm-hmm.
something. So to me, it would be a few years, but a lot of other things, and not in a few years, and a lot of things have to fall into place as well.
Yeah. It doesn't feel inevitable the way that some people are acting. That's the thing that I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
not sure about that. Are you sure
Uh,
about that? No,
are you sure about that?
definitely.
All right,
Why
next
can't I find
topic.
this photo?
You can't find the proof. Where's the pudding?
Well, I mean, and it's not that big of a deal.
It's
Like, it's
not,
Alicia
Sarah. If you can't
Fox.
find it, you can't
So,
find it. According to WrestleVotes Radio, WWE is working on exclusive city theme merch for Jacob Fatu, designed in collaboration with local sports teams, a marketing effort that has historically been reserved for top level talent. That is why you see in the banner, it's rumored for him to be getting a massive push. They don't do this with anyone,
yeah.
especially just because it can be overused and overdone. But with his attire, Jacob Fatu's attire, to show up, he's on Cody Rhodes showing up in suits.
Right.
And two, he probably has a love for a sports team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not all of them, but definitely one from his city or childhood. So he definitely is into sports, probably played them growing up. I am for this. And Jacob Fatu is a cool dude. Wrestling fans want to look like their favorite cool dude wrestler. Get the
Yeah.
merch. Smart.
Well, and they obviously see something in him that they think that he can be that guy, that they
He's
can
very
do that with,
relatable.
you know?
He connects with the
So,
audience a lot.
yeah. So I can't find the photo with Alicia. I have no idea where it is. But hey, like, you want more proof? Here's me with Melina showing up to Raw. She dropped off John
Look at that
Morrison.
poof
Yeah.
on her. Look at that poof.
That same trip I met Tyler Rex, formerly known as Tyler Rex, now known as Gabby.
Yes, that's all right. I didn't want to presume, but
yeah.
that's crazy.
Hold on, like I swear I'm like missing photos. Because I have more photos, but like I don't know where they are. And it's like because so many of them are on Facebook, you know.
Yeah.
Here's me meeting the world heavyweight champion Christian at a news station.
He had a tough weekend. His whole family turned on him.
I mean,
but his best friend did show up and told him to find himself.
Yeah, that's
not the other F word.
That is
but
true.
Back to our regular scheduled programming.
Me and Ted DiBiase.
I come from money.
When we had DiBiase posse parties. Also another one. So
best buds.
Yeah, we were for sure.
All right. Where are we going? All right.
Oh yeah, me with Vince McMahon.
Next up, where was it? It was on Getting Over a Wrestling Podcast. Carlos Silva was asked if the topic of WWE purchasing TNA has been, talked about. And he was quoted saying, "Our partnership with WWE and NXT is going great, and we're going to keep it going great. And, that could appear as an opportunity down the road, but we're just sort of making sure that things like Slammiversary and Bound for Glory are, what we're doing on TV, how we're creating content, how we're working with our partners, how we're bringing in new sponsors, and how we're filling up arenas. If we do all those things well, the business will sort itself out, and there'll be opportunities that then we'll explore, internally as well and with our partners." So
he didn't shut down the idea.
No, he didn't shut down the idea.
But
of course. But right now is not the time.
The problem is, though, okay, so in a way, has this been a conversation since they've partnered up? Yes. So him saying this is not really any new information, because people are like, okay, this is them trying to sneak in and buy, right? Like, you thought that a lot of people thought that this is just the inevitable future, that WWE is going to purchase TNA. However, I would say monopolizing in professional wrestling is not a good idea. There's a reason why when Shane McMahon bought WCW went down the tubes fairly quickly. So that's why it was also like when, Tony Khan was buying other places, and then there were rumors that he wanted to buy New Japan. It's like, no, you can't do that, because it actually does not benefit professional wrestling as a whole. So that would be my biggest concern, is that, would it be good for TNA talent per se? Because maybe they would have more opportunities by having a connection to WWE. Maybe they would get bigger salaries. Maybe they'd be seen by a bigger audience, whatever. Sure. But I feel like there's so much talent in WWE right now that's not even used properly, that I don't know if they acquired TNA and then, either they kept it as a separate brand or they brought that talent in. I have absolutely no faith that they would be able to showcase everybody that deserves to be showcased.
No.
So I think it's a good thing that TNA is its own entity. And that it is an alternative to people who either, they were in WWE, they got released, or they went to AEW and they didn't like it, or they're trying to get into one of the more mainstream companies. I think it's a good alternative for people to be there. So the idea of WWE buying them right when they're starting to get hot again, I don't like it.
No, correct. To me, it feels inevitable as well. It may be down the line, but right now the partnership is such a new thing, especially with WWE just recognizing any other promotion outside of their own universe. So I want to see where that goes before we discuss them being bought out by WWE or another company, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on getting a TV deal. All right.
Yeah.
The only other company that has a TV deal right now is Tony Khan. All right, in AEW. Everyone else
WWE has a deal with USA, but
no. I'm saying other than WWE, only AEW
yeah
has a legit TV deal with a network television.
I think how TNA does once they get a TV deal is going to kind of dictate more about what will happen with WWE, TNA, their partnership, the future. Like, can they be successful once they're on like network television? How much growth will they see by being seen by a bigger audience? Like, that kind of thing is going to probably determine, because like if they bomb, then WWE might be able to buy them to like put more resources behind them to make them a bigger deal. You know what I mean? Like, I think that will be the way that this goes about, not just like, oh, they're hot, we want them, so we're buying them. Like, we also haven't even really seen what they can do with AAA yet. And that's like a much smaller brand than TNA. So it's like,
I don't
know.
Oh, look at that. Fightful Select has learned that TNA plans to have increased focus on its Hall of Fame. Get ready to fly, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Get ready to fly.
That's phenomenal.
I am. All right. I'll save the juiciest topic for last.
Okay.
And I will touch upon this before we get into it. Was Roman Reigns supposed to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam before Seth's injury at Saturday night's main event? That is a rumor floating around right now.
No.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. Reason being, that feels like a Mania match to me. It would be not that they wouldn't do it at SummerSlam, but it feels like an absolute waste. Also, I think they'd want a title involved, because Roman's never beaten Seth. So if Roman were to beat Seth at SummerSlam, what does that do? Nothing really. Like, it's not going to be memorable in any way. But also, people are completely forgetting that Roman is going to be going to Australia to film a movie. There's no way that that movie was going to be okay with him being in a singles match against Seth Rollins a couple weeks before he has to film a movie. The risk for him getting hurt is far higher in a singles match than it is in a tag match where he doesn't even have to work the entire match. So to me, it was like maybe the tag match or something was going to be different, or maybe Seth was going to be involved in some way. But I just find it hard to believe that they were going to do Seth Roman, because it feels like, yeah, they want to make SummerSlam a big deal, but like Cody Cena is a big deal. Punk Gunther is a big deal. Rhea Io Naomi is a big deal. I don't know that they needed to be like, oh yeah, Roman versus Seth was for sure happening, because that's a big deal and they need them to face each other for SummerSlam to be considered a big deal. But
yeah, to me, this felt like Seth and Roman were supposed to face each other at SummerSlam, but with partners. You know, what we saw on Monday felt like it was meant for Seth, not Braun, but injuries caused things to pivot. And, you know, it's not what we're getting. You know, I want to see what happens with Braun and Roman. More, it seems like it's more Paul and Roman, and Braun is just the force, you know, the body, the physical.
Well, like, I think it's more likely that I still believe that Seth is going to cash in for the WWE title whenever. I think it's going to be WWE title. He's not going to cash in for World Heavyweight. And I think that is when we'll see him versus Roman. Like, that could be the build up for Mania 42. I think that's what we'll see. Because it feels like, okay, if Roman's going to be at Mania, then they'll want him in a title match, and who better to face than Seth? Like, the history that they could have between them. I think that makes more sense than having them face each other for no title at SummerSlam. That, I don't know. Like, you'd be into it, yeah, because it's Seth and Roman, but like, when the stakes are higher, it's a lot more interesting, you know?
I can say that it'll be a little bit more interesting. And then to top it off, Goldberg did not like his final match. He didn't like his farewell tour, his retirement send-off, as he vented on the Ariel Helwani show the other day. And his thing, I'm gonna let you rant on this because I'm in a quasi good mood, and I don't want to get it revving me up, but I just gotta get it out there. Like, you suck. All right, like, for him to say what he said and be upset, and what he said and be upset about them cutting his mic. They cut in time and cut off his retirement speech, even though they put it on YouTube and put it across all their social medias. The build up, they gave him everything and he still wasn't satisfied. Like, just get out. All right, I'm done. The mystique is over. The music, the entrance, the pageantry, all that, like, I experienced it. It was great. Now it's over. And you're going to bitch about what happened? You got 15 minutes. That was the most amount of time you've got in all of your matches over the past, like, 6-7 years. Like, get bent, dude. Just get Goldberg. Get bent.
Well, Gunther gave him one of the most digestible matches of like the last 5 years of his. You know what I mean? Like,
Gunther
people
did
actually
a really good job.
They're not
Like,
giving him
really
enough
good
credit
job.
for the fact that he helped carry that man in 15 minutes. Then whatever. Anyway, so I think there's multiple issues with this interview that he had. One of them is he just comes off so incredibly ungrateful, because, as I've said, WWE doesn't owe him shit. Like, you are not a WWE legend. You're a WCW legend. It was a big deal when you came to WWE initially, because it was like, wow, okay. He had always said he was never going to, because like he was a WCW guy. So when he came to WWE, it was like, okay, cool, right? Him acting like they were indebted to him when Triple H is the guy in charge now. Triple H didn't promise you anything.
Triple H
if you're saying
like
that somebody owed you anything, maybe it was Vince, but he's not around. So the fact that they said, yeah, we'll give you a main event match in your hometown for the title at 58 years old, after you've already said you had your last match, there's nothing more that I can do, blah, blah, blah. Because he said he wished that he had a bigger platform to have his final match on. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? You were on network television against the world heavyweight champion, and you think that you deserve to be like headlining SummerSlam? You didn't even show up until the go home show. Mind you, they announced the match over a month in advance. Okay. So Gunther had to carry the feud for 4 weeks because you didn't want to show up other than in video packages. Okay. So if anybody got screwed, it's Gunther. Then not only that, okay, because like then he's complaining about how his speech gets cut short. First of all, ain't WWE. You were on network television, and they cut the show when the show is over. That's what they do. So your anger is misplaced. Okay, be mad at NBC because that's who did it, and they would have done it
It's
no
network
matter
television.
what was
It doesn't
happening.
exactly. It doesn't
And
matter who you are.
we got like 30 seconds of his speech on television. So you're acting like everybody missed the entire thing. No, we heard the nice parts that you said at the beginning, and then it was uploaded to YouTube, which also has been seen. It has over 1 million views. So what are we talking about? The other thing that irritated me that I don't think enough people are talking about, and of course I'm going to be the one to talk about it, is him just completely burying the shit out of Gunther. That makes me so mad because like Gunther posted a video on his Instagram, like a behind the scenes of that day, and he was being like so respectful of the opportunity that he had to go against somebody like Goldberg, that he was main eventing this show, that he was going to be in a match with Bill Goldberg. Like he was hyping it up in the way that they would want you to. And he didn't have to be, because if we're being honest, Goldberg is not known for being like a great worker, a great wrestler. Like he's not known for shit in the way that Gunther is. And Goldberg goes up here and he's like, oh yeah, you guys saw when I was laughing after he chopped me? Yeah, that's because I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought it was going to hurt a lot more. I apologized to him for laughing, and I told him I thought it was going to hurt more. Why the fuck are you telling us that? Why couldn't that have just been a moment between you and Gunther? Why are you out here now because you're on a tangent, because you're angry about how your retirement match or whatever was handled? You're now making it Gunther's problem. Like, you could have just easily kept that in there, because when I don't know about you, but when I was watching the match and I saw him laugh, I was like, okay, that's an interesting
Yeah, we said
cut.
on the show, we said it was great. We were like, we put Goldberg over for doing that.
Right. And then he goes over and he completely squashes it. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? So then it just reminded me, and I said it on Twitter. I will always remember, because Scott Hall was not a fan of Bill Goldberg, and he said it best when he said nobody is a bigger mark for Bill Goldberg than Bill Goldberg. And you want to say, okay, this is just a beef from WCW days. No, that motherfucker is still right when he's not around anymore. Okay, he was 100% right, because this dude could not help but to like shit on the company, shit on Gunther, and then also threaten them by saying, oh, I can talk to you again and expose more shit in 2 weeks.
You know who also said that same exact quote and even quoted Scott Hall?
Who?
Sam Roberts.
Oh, he quoted Scott saying
he literally was like, yeah, he literally did the same thing you just said.
Oh,
I'm telling you, you should start listening to Sam Roberts. You would really like him.
That's why I'm saying, when I like to listen to older wrestlers and the stuff that they say, because like they're so much more unfiltered than wrestlers today, because obviously there's a lot more that comes with like exposing things. But Scott has always said like Goldberg wasn't a great guy to work with. Like he only cared about himself. He was like a Hogan 2.0, just on a lesser scale, because obviously he didn't have the same rights like
he didn't have
into his contract. But like, no, Goldberg cares about Goldberg, and even though we're at 58 years old and very far removed from wrestling, he's exactly the same.
The same person.
Like, you can't even put the dude over properly in your retirement match. You just have to throw a jab in when that dude did absolutely nothing to you but give you your best match. That's why I'm like, fuck Goldberg, bro. Fuck you, dude.
It might have to be forever fuck Goldberg.
Yeah. I'm just so irritated.
I'm over it. All right, well, that was a trip around the Wrestleverse, so it's time for the 1, 2, 3 count. Starting off with a quick 20 questions. Sarah,
I'm going to have to do this with you because I don't know any of them.
You don't know any of them?
No.
All right, so yeah. What?
What?
No, just okay. Yeah, you do it
Okay.
to me then. You do it
So
to me.
just like a random one.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to find one because I didn't even look. Let's see. Oh my god. They really just had ones that were weekly pay-per-views?
No, not those. That was the
No, I know.
show. That was
I'm
yeah.
looking. Yeah, but that was like 2003, 2004. Oh. Okay. I'm picking a tricky one.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the background all right? So I'm gonna assume it's not a question. I'm gonna assume that it's not Slammiversary.
No. Come
Okay.
on. I said it's a
Yeah.
tricky one.
It's a tricky one. All right.
Testing your TNA knowledge here.
All right. All right. Is it a summer pay-per-view?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Sacrifice.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my god, attendance is hilarious. 775.
Yeah.
Record breaking.
Is it a yellow back? All right. What do you have up that you got this? Like, is the
Wikipedia.
logo like yellow? No.
Kind of like gold. Kind
Gold
of.
Genesis.
No.
Lockdown.
No.
Gold kind of. Not sacrifice. Final resolution.
No.
Oh, all right. All right. Was it oh, you don't know. All right. I kind of give up. I'm not gonna lie. My brain's kind of fried. I give up.
Hard Justice
I was not gonna get Hard
in
Justice.
2005.
That's when, yeah. I remember that.
The match was like the main event was Jeff Jarrett versus AJ Styles for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
That is a standard. That is a vintage TNA pay-per-view main event.
And AJ Styles won in a 20-minute match.
Jeff Jarrett, he's gonna be a very he is a very underappreciated person in TNA history. All right, we got more kayfabe. I don't really have anything this week, Sarah. I've kind of just been busy with other stuff. And I haven't thought of anything. I can't, maybe we'll think of something. So,
okay.
3 to wrap it off. My main event, the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. We had Clash in, I think it's Clash in Paris, Clash at the Castle, Tomato Potato. With it was a crazy show. All right, absolutely crazy show. No nonsense characters were on the card, Sarah. No nonsense characters were on the card. Yeah, a little backlash there. Not too happy. My peeps were not too happy with creative on that one. But we do have a new champion. Damian Priest is the new NWF champion. He defeated Kevin Owens. That really irked me. I'm not going to lie. That really irked me. And then to top it off, on your show, we had a number one contenders match for said World Heavyweight Championship, which I don't know what voodoo witchery you're doing, but your world title matches opened the show and main evented the show.
That's right.
This week. We had Becky and Rhea in the steel cage. Rhea did retain.
Okay, that's fair.
Rhea won that match. Sorry to your queen, but
Becky Hogan.
Not in the nonsense galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't. No, this is a crazy number one contenders match. I forget the rest of the card because it was eons. I mean, we're already at SmackDown. We had an 8-man match, and remember, there's intergender rules here. So it was Dirty Dom, Seth Rollins, Super Mario, Sting, Funaki, Superman, Rhea Ripley, and your eventual new number one contender, Drew McIntyre.
That's right.
Drew McIntyre is the number one contender.
We do the right thing by Drew.
To Gunther's World
That's right.
Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defeated Ilya Dragunov in the main event of Clash at the Castle. See, I'm telling you, I make magic with this shit.
I want Gunther to be champion long enough so that he can be face Ilya at Mania.
I would like to see that. I would be very much seated.
It's not going to happen, no. People already think he's going to lose to Punk. But
well, you know what? Let's positive thoughts create positive results.
It's going to be interesting in my household because my nephew's, when he sees CM Punk, he's like, "That's my guy," and I'm like,
"That's my guy."
We're going to be beefing during SummerSlam. Fresh Fly thinks that we should have a trivia game against each other, and whoever loses has to buy the other one, like something from WWE Shop. I mean, we could, but I also seriously think that I would just have to buy him $50 worth of something.
That's fine. Let's do it. I'm for it.
Because I would lose. I know I would lose.
I'm a walking fucking encyclopedia.
Sarah. I do like this idea as well. Yes.
All right. I'll wrap up quick with my card for SmackDown that will send me off to sleep when I go to bed. We got Captain Underpants, managed by Caillou. My nieces and nephews found Captain Underpants. That's the one thing. They played WWE 2K all weekend.
They were Captain Underpants was so inappropriate back in the day.
Yeah, but it's Captain fucking Underpants.
I still don't even know what it's about, but
I don't either. I just knew it was a dude named Captain Underpants. And that was basically me as a 3-year-old. So
yeah.
They played the shit out of WWE 2K all weekend. And when I showed them that you could download characters from just the cloud, we'll say, they were like, "Look up this guy, look up this guy, look up this guy." And while we were just randomly looking up people, Captain Underpants showed up, and now he is in the NWF. Managed by Caillou. He's going to be in a triple threat match against the Viper Randy Orton and the Monster Abyss with Mick Foley in his corner because they got some weird shit going on. I got a little sub story. Yeah, it never misses, bad guy. It never fucking misses. They got a little feud going on with Foley and Abyss, like the three faces of Foley are like demons and Abyss. It's crazy. If we could flesh that out, it would be a really good story. Tag team match, Naomi and Alice in Wonderland take on Timeless, Toni Storm, and Charlotte Flair. They have a little rivalry going on that I just started up, so we're going to see how that goes. Tonga Loa versus Bianca Belair. We're just leaving that. I'm just leaving that because I'm like, nonsense. All right, it's nonsense. Heating up another Tale as Old as Time, Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. They have a real high intense rivalry. Why not take it from the streets of New York in the MCU and bring it over to the NWF? Pretty Deadly taking on Berto, and you know what? I might change those two. I might change their opponents. All right, because I don't really care for Berto. I might do
Berto low key.
I know, but Berto and LA Knight, like I'd much rather.
Yeah, no.
That's bizarre.
That's why I said SpongeBob and Patrick.
Well, they're feuding, so they are a match, and there's a little thing. It says rivalry match, so there's going to be like influenced by SpongeBob and Patrick. So I'm just leaving it and letting that happen. But like, I really don't want to see the team of Berto and LA Knight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just another rival action, which I can't wait where this rivalry goes. Bailey and Mina Shirakawa.
Okay.
I love Mina Shirakawa. And your main event, Sara. Your main event of the evening. The Phenom. The Undertaker. Taking on Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay. And a casket match.
I could imagine. Oh my God.
That is a big ass casket, bro.
You would have to get too large. You have to get a large casket.
Custom made.
And there's a rival action in that match, so Damian Priest will definitely show his face.
The bisexual Undertaker.
Taking on the OG Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's our little twist on that SummerSlam 90-something main event. With the Undertaker's face. So yeah, that's Nonsense Wrestling Federation. If you are interested, let's get to like 10 subscribers before, football season. Like I want an audience to do it for. I'm not going to do it by myself because I can keep the commentary in my head if that's the case. And that's all we got for you guys today on the No Nights Off Super Show. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that bell notification and subscribe button. All right. Every time we go live. And go follow us on TikTok as well. No Nights Off Show. It's basically just the Sara TikTok, but we will change that obviously with our growth. But in the meantime, go check out Sara's takes on the No Nights Off TikTok. All right. And subscribe as well. And then follow us on all social media platforms, our personal social media platforms. Sara's only got Twitter, so it is SMarshXO. And for me, I do have Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, but it's Patty Pitts for all three of those. That's all we got. We will see you on Tuesday. And yeah. Thank you for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you do is try. Let's go, baby. See, yeah, I am